what the underlying elements of a spiritual life is, and I always get back to a very simple answer. That is the need inside a human being, the hunger. I mean, if we get physically hungry, we need food. We make dinner, we make breakfast, we make lunch, we eat. We satisfy that hunger. Spiritually, hunger is a whole other thing. People satisfy it with, relationships, with money, with all kinds of things that yes, on a certain level, they're very important and we all need to experience them, but they are truly answers to a question that goes much deeper, goes to the place inside a human being where they have to fulfill that hunger, that need for a spiritual life. And without, that kind of need, this work is pretty miraculous anyway. It'll help you work out relationships, get a job, make some money. It'll work out all these things in your life that you've got to work out. But it'll only take you so far, unless that need is real inside a human being and that need manifests in the way a person approaches their spiritual life and how deeply they work inside themselves. It fulfills many levels in a human being. I mean, I've had street people come and study with me. I've had all kinds of people from prisons, people, and I watched them over years grow and develop, jobs and relationships and marriages and children and the whole thing that humanity asks us to do. And in most cases, it never went much further than that, tapping the need to truly be with God. And I think this is an essential element of not only what I teach, but any form of spiritual practice. It's an element that requires surrender, letting go, and taking it upon oneself to literally do the impossible. The single most difficult thing to do on this planet is to truly have a spiritual life, to truly be nothing inside, so that one can fill themselves with higher energy in the universe. And that higher energy will truly help them and guide them through their karma. They have to be a billionaire, they'll become a billionaire. If they have to be poor, they'll be poor. Whatever it is, they need to learn how to get free of it and to work it out. But one element of this transcends all other elements, and that's the need to grow spiritually. And every one of us knows how deep that need goes, what we're willing to do to have a spiritual life. So, we can't fool anybody because we all know. We know how far we're willing to take, how deeply we're willing to surrender, how deeply we're willing to let go, what kind of chances we want to take with life. Whether we are living our lives in the present, in the now, with joy, with love, with gratitude, with an open heart, with a sense of compassion for other human beings, and not only a sense of compassion, but compassionately interacting with other human beings. So the very moment we live in tells each and every one of us how deeply we have gone inside ourselves. Do we need to do more? And the answer I find is almost always yes. Yes, that's the answer to that question. Because God's energy, it's infinite in there's no limit to what you can learn, the wisdom you can receive, the enlightened state of being that you can attain. There's no limit to it. How much you want to accumulate on the earth, there's no limit. The only limitation is the one that we set upon ourselves. And each and every one of us living in the moment knows exactly what our life is all about. And we're very masters at kidding ourselves, fooling ourselves. I mean, we're really good at that, you know. Does anyone have a question they would like to ask? I hope it's clear what I'm talking about, because the need in a human being to be with God, to have a spiritual life, is without limitation. Everything else has limitation. Everything else is transient, it will pass, it comes and goes. But that need to nurture the soul inside us so it can attain a state of spiritual enlightenment, it's without limitation. There's no limit to how deep that need can go. There's a lot of resistance to it, but there's no limit to the depth that it can truly go. And people are always, well, do I have to join a cult? Do I have, what do I have to do? Even it's all nonsense. You do what you have to do. And I think every one of us knows, literally in the moment, in the now, the present, are we doing enough? And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to beat yourself up because of that. Just have to take a little deeper breath inside, ask a little deeper inside, open a little more inside, take more of a chance that there is something of a higher nature that will truly nurture you, give you your life. Does anyone have a question? It's interesting how people leave when I start to talk. And generally, the things that come out of me when I do talk are on such an amazing level that I am even in awe of it. It's not me doing it. And people, can't spend another 10 minutes to receive what comes through. It's amazing what comes through. It makes me humble. The things that come through and the profundity of them. And I don't get it, I really don't get that, how somebody can't spend another 10 minutes here. I mean, there's a lot of minutes in every day, asking for another 10 minutes. Does anyone have a question you would like to ask? I mean, Shakespeare said, what a work of art is a human being. And it's really true. We are so extraordinary inside ourselves that it almost scares people to the depth of creativity people can reach inside themselves. you know, and we set up limitations and barriers and reasons not to do and reasons, got this, I got that, I got the other, my toe hurts, my this, something. And it's amazing how deep and profound the consciousness in a human being goes. And we're just have to open to it, say yes to it. Yes. Does anyone have a question? Okay, I'm glad to be back here. But I promise you, I will every month take 2 days. I really need to do that because, even this can get out of hand. And I need just to refresh myself. So I'm going to do that every month. Take a day or two away from Zoom so that I can come back to Zoom and do what happened today. So God bless you all. Thank you from around the world, wherever you live. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody soon. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much, Stuart.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
You too.